Here we go. I started to open these, but this is the Cut-50 plasma cutter. So I'm going to open it up here, see what it looks like. Let's move this over a little bit. There we go. So there you go. Plasma cutter, inverter, welding shield that I probably will just toss in the garbage because I wouldn't trust it. There's the handle for said welder. Piece of hose, probably for the compressor for the air. Definitely has an interesting smell in here. The plastic ground clip here. Pretty heavy duty. The plug goes in the machine. This is the regulator for the air. Here's a bunch of hoses and cables. There's the actual cutting tip in the bag. There's one of the chip hammers. It's not very good. It's cheap. And there's a plug. The piece of smoke glass for the shield that I won't be using because it's cheap. So here's the plasma cutter that I bought off of eBay. Looks pretty nice, to be honest. You know, for the price, you can't really beat it. I think I paid $200 US dollars for it. Free shipping too. You know, I'm sure it will work okay. It's not gonna be, you know, it's not gonna rival a $10,000 unit or a $1,000 unit even. The only thing with this is you have to buy an end because it's dual voltage. It's 110, 220. Here in North America, it will be hooked up for 110 voltage, but I'll have to buy one of the 110 plugs to put on here. But it says the input 110, 220, so you'd be able to hook this up to 222. So use it in any country, so that's pretty cool. I do know this part here, the air part, screws on the back here. So I'll probably be doing that. I might do a video of assembling this, not sure yet, but that's pretty much it. I think for 200 bucks, that's a killer deal, you know. Hazard Freight has one, and it's 650 bucks. And to be honest, it looks very similar to this one. It might be even more than 650. But, you know, that's Chinesium too. And this one's Chinesium, but it's a lot less. So, I mean, for the home hobbyist, I think this is perfect. You know, if you start, even if you don't know a lot about plasma and you want to get into metal cutting and that, I think this is probably a good investment for 200 bucks. You're not going to hurt yourself. Well, you might hurt yourself, but I mean, for the price, you're not going to hurt yourself. You know, try it. Longevity, I don't know. It's Chinese, you know. If you treat it nice and don't bang it around too much, I'm sure it'll last. You know, is it as good as $1,000 unit? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Will it get the job done? Depends what you're doing, you know. If you're doing some light work, I'm sure it'll do the job. You know, anything. Although I would caution against safety stuff here. This is not going to protect you. What I would recommend is do not buy the Harbor Freight one. Don't buy that. Actually go to a welding supply place, or, you know, even if you go to Home Depot or something, buy one of the decent ones. Buy a Lincoln Electric, or I don't know what other brands there are, but buy a name brand, you know, welder's hood, or if you can find them. I actually have one. I like the auto Deming ones, but I'm not going to spend $400 because I don't weld enough to justify the cost. What I actually have for welding is one of the old school, like 1950s, 1960s hoods. They're fiberglass, they're half rounds. They used them in the steel mills. I got one at a flea market a few years back, I think for like $2 or $3. That will protect you better than this garbage plastic with this smoked piece of glass. I would not trust this to my life or your eyes. This would just go straight in the garbage. Leather gloves, you know, wear long sleeve shirts, you know, that kind of thing. You can't spend enough on safety. This should just go straight in the trash. You shouldn't use that for safety. Like I said, if you want to spend a little bit of money, you can go and get like a decent auto darkening helmet from Lincoln Electric. I think they're like maybe $300 or $400, maybe less if you look around. I haven't even looked around for one of them because I know they're expensive and I don't weld enough. You can look at flea markets. Look for one of the fiberglass half rounds. I don't have it right here. It's down in the basement, but or I would show you. I would go with something like that. One of the old, you know, the old school, you know, welder's helmet. Is it a pain to flip the hood up and down to see what you're doing? Yes, but it's safer than this. I would not trust that. You know, everything else here, I mean, it's new. I would just inspect the cables and stuff to make sure they're all connected and halfway decent. I mean, this looks decent. I might solder this since it's copper, but I mean, that's the clip, you know, for the ground. There's some stuff I gotta hook up here. No biggie. I mean, for the price, $200, I think I did well. It's cheaper than Harbor or Hazard Freight or whatever. It looks kind of similar. It's a Cut-50. There's some on eBay. They're Cut-40s. You know, they might have a Cut-30. I think they're all pretty much the same. Maybe a little bit more, you know, with the amperage, with the voltage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm hoping sometime later in the summer I put a 220 circuit in my garage so I can switch this from 110 to 220. But there it is. That's the plasma cutter from China for $200. Here's the cutter. Probably what I would recommend is some of the consumables. Since this only comes with one consumable, they do have kits I saw on eBay. I think one of them was $12 or $13 free shipping, and you get a bunch of these. I would recommend, if you buy this, buy some more of those too, because when you start you'll probably screw them up and you'll need some extra, and you don't want to be stuck in a pickle where you're using it, something messes up, you need another one, and the only one you had was the one that came with the pack. then you're sidelined with your project. But that's pretty much all I have for the you know, for the plasma cutter. It's DC, you know. It says it'll do 50 amps, but I think that's only if it's hooked up to 220. If it's hooked up to 110, it's probably half of that. I haven't opened it up to look at the internals. I'll probably do that in another video, but that's just the unboxing. What you get, it has a user manual here, but it's probably not translated very well if I had to guess. It looks kind of thin too, so you're probably better off to learn more about plasma cutters watching some YouTube videos. You know, this is actually it doesn't look too bad, the translation. You know, this just tells you some basic safety functions, and some very light duty stuff on this. So this probably isn't going to be too helpful to you. But that's it in a nutshell. Thanks.